Okay, you can access Testcase module by clicking the icon that I'm indicating with my mouse pointer. Look up top of the screen. There's a Testcase module icon in the center, and once you get here, you'll be able to see the structure of work outputs. The highest concept, the highest hierarchy that holds its position is the folder. But the concept of this folder is as same as that of the phase. And as you can see from to the lower side, there are 4 different categories of the documents that you can create in Testcase module. The first is called the test plan, and then the second one, the procedure, and thirdly, there is a work product category called execution. And the last part, as a last part of the test case activities, you can create the report of the test results. Okay, let me start with explaining one by one. It will be in sequential order when I'm explaining the whole procedure, so it won't be that difficult. Okay, the documents that you are looking from here are the samples that I have prepared in advance, but we're going to use it when the time comes. So for now, I'm going to create a new folder with you to go through this procedure one by one. Let's break it into pieces. Okay, first click on the empty space and choose folder and create a new folder for the lecture. And secondly, you can start creating the test plan document. Maybe in accordance to the policy of your organization, you might not need any test plan documents, but the case that I am about to introduce to you is includes the whole functions of the test case module that we have here. So I just humbly want you to follow me through the whole procedure, and I'll be here to walk you through the whole functions so that I won't miss anything. Okay, so if you're ready, just click on the folder by the right clicking and choose test plan document. So when you are creating the test plan document, you're going to register the test features as the test items when you are creating this document. So it's like requirements from requirement document. So test plan document will have test features, and the test procedure documents will have test cases. So I don't want you to get confused with the names that each test documents will hold. Okay, let's just quickly use the samples. From test plan tab, you'll be able to use the import function to load documents from your local site. Okay, let's click the import button and look for a document called test plan sample, and click create to have it as a whole new document, and choose the right folder. Okay, as I introduced before, we are going to register these test features so that we can um, connect these items, registered items, to the requirements to indicate that these items were derived from the requirements that we created in the previous phases. And then when we are creating the test procedure documents, and after we register the test cases within it, we will connect those test cases to the test plans that we register here. So basically, from requirements to test plan until we reach the test case, they will all be connected together as a set of traceability concept that we SILKROAD ALM provide. But there's a short tip that I have to give you here, is that in case that we had to consider the case that some of the organizations or companies do not use test plan functions because they don't need any test plan documents. So you can skip the test plan document traceability setting part, which means you do not have to connect the test plan items, the test features to the requirements. You can just skip to the test case registration and traceability setup directly to the requirement items. Even if you even if you do that, even if you have to do that, the system will automatically recognize the traceabilities between the items and would not have any issues. Okay, so let's just quickly continue with registering the test plan, test features. Okay, go to the test feature tab on the left top side and click the capture button and choose the right tag type and the star tag. And there are and tags here, so I'm gonna quickly assign it. It's case sensitive as I introduced. Scan it. And click OK to confirm the registration of 3 test features. Okay, it's successfully done. And let's go to the traceability menu on the left top. Click link. And look for the upper level requirements. Click backward link from here. And look for a proper requirement document. I think the sample will be nice. I think the documents from the sample phase will be nice. Okay, double click on it. Then there will be the list of the requirements that's been pre-registered when we were working on the requirement module. Drag and drop the test features from the right to the left side. Click OK. The link is finished. Okay, now what you gotta do is to upload it to the server and save it to the server. Click the publish button on the right top, or if you are still in the process of document work, then you can just simply save it to your local PC. But for now, I'm gonna click the publish button to save it on the server. Okay, publish. Alright, you can see the results of link and the registration of test features by looking at the left side. Okay, now what we gotta do from here is turning off the test plan docs and check it on the website. It's well created. And proceedingly, we are going to create the test procedure document. Okay. Make the right click on the folder again and choose the test procedure button. And for this document creation, I prepared another sample. So go to the test procedure tab quickly and click the import button on the right side and choose the test case procedure sample from your local storage and choose create. Choose the proper folder, and from here you're gonna register the test cases and link it to the test plan, the test feature items, or you can directly connect it to the requirements, which the system will automatically recognize the traceability link. Okay, so I'll move on to the test case tab here on the left top side to use the capture function. This time the start tag is TC, and they all have the end tags that has the same case sensitivity with this one. Okay, scan it and click OK to confirm the registration. Alright, now what you gotta do is link them to test features or requirements. But for the purpose of this lecture, let me quickly go and connect it to the test feature items. Okay, the link is finished. You can check it on the left top side here. And let's publish to the server. Okay. There's just one more thing that I need you to put it in your mind, that there's a special condition that a test case should have when it is being written by the users. An item as a test case, there should be a table that contains a column, starts with result and pass-fail text. This uh, this area is necessary. Actually, it's a mandatory part to enable the system to recognize this whole cells here, so the system can count how many pass or fail that these single test case holds. As you can see from the left side, take a look on the left side. The system recognized that there are 7 pass or fail cells existing on the table. So we're going to use these features when we get to the test execution part. That's the point when we are going to need this. So when you're creating the test case documents and test procedure documents and test cases within it, you have to consider, you always have to consider to create this pass or fail column and the pass or fail cells under it. But the other cells are not mandatory, but when you get to the test execution area, the format of the table will be will be identically stamped in that certain area. So if you need a smooth progress of test case and test procedure test execution proceedingly, then we strongly recommend you to create a certain type of table such as this to keep the works in order. Okay, so let's move on to the next step, the test execution. Quickly save it to the server and turn it off and check it on the SILKROAD web server side. Okay, now like I previewed, we are going to create the test execution area. Right click on the folder and choose test execution. The test execution is based on the test case items that's been registered while you are making the test procedure documents. So you have to choose the test procedure document that you just made, and once you click on it, there will be test case items listed as a preview, and click OK. Then from the next menu here, you'll be able to choose some of the test cases as the candidates for to be used when you are executing the test in the field or in your office. And once they're listed, type in certain information fields according to your needs, and you can also assign the assignees for specific test cases to execute the tests. So I'll be assigning a user to the whole to the entire test execution process. Or if you click on this side here, then you'll be able to choose somebody else specifically or add somebody else, or you can also discard one of them, or yeah, in accordance with your needs of test forces, you can assign people or the participants of the projects to the assignee fields, and then click OK to move on to the next step. And from here, coming back to the Testcase website, by clicking the test execution menu, test execution item, and on the right side you can see the test execution site. And what you should do from here is that you have to click on the play button on the right side to pop up the test case that you registered to the system by using the docs, and the system have acknowledged and recognized the table that you registered in this form, the form that you can actually click on certain pass or fail squares so that you can leave your trace of test results. So like I said, it is always better for you to register the test case in table form so that you can be more intuitively look into the test progress by reading from the left side to the right side, and finally you'll be able to get to click on password fail squares. Okay, from here, in accordance with your choices, the results will be decided, and these are the unit results of the test execution. But if you select uh, um, test results from here, then the results will be indicated from the list of your test execution from the aspect of this whole test case here. So these choices goes by each step of the test case, but the choice you make from here becomes the whole choice of this entire test case. So let me quickly just press pass and click OK. Oh, and if you choose to finish your test execution, then the system will always ask you if you are going to leave a digital signature for a certain test case. So click yes to leave your digital signature. But before leaving your digital signature, you have to check on uh, the uh, the data of your digital signature if it's there. Go to the right top side of the administrator, the ID side, and click on your ID and click the combo box, click account, and choose the signature tab and type in your login ID and password. And like you can see, there's no digital signature password been assigned. So you have to type in the digital signature password and confirm and leave a digital signature here and save signature. And then now you be able to choose among the digital signature lists by clicking the approve button. Alright, preview of your digital signature add sign. Okay, so by this way, you can execute the tests of your work field, and you'll be able to type in or input the test results in real time. And then after you finish your tests, if some of your associates or if your manager doesn't like the results and hope to make some changes to your software or your system and want to do the tests over again, then you'll be able to create another test cycle by going to the test cycle tab on the right top side here. Click on the test cycle tab to access the test cycle side. And from here, you can create, you really have to create a new cycle to retest your tests, the previous tests. Okay, click on the plus cycle button on the left top side and type in the name. And then choose the test cases that you would like to test again. And if you click OK, then you'll be seeing the results has been changed to the not run status because the selected test cycle is a whole new one. Since you just made a new one, the default screen is changed to the new cycle scene. And if you click the list of the cycle, then the cycle would have been turned into the latest one, the one that you just made. And even if you go back to the test execution tab, the test cases, the test cycle would be now the newest one, the latest one. So from this point on, you'll be able to test the test cases once again, so that until you get the results that you want. Okay. And also, you'll be able to make some modifications to your current test case list or the assignees by clicking the edit button on the left top side, just like this. You can discard one of the or some of the test cases from here, and you can include some new test case items from the list, just like this. But the results from other test case documents could be different, because if the results of the test execution is different, and if the users did not make a new cycle and did not leave the test as a not run status, then the latest results will be input here, just like this. So you should keep that in mind. But if you bring it to your side, if you bring these test cases to your side, then you have to make a new cycle here, so that you can restart the test with a fresh restart. And let's quickly go back to the test cycle tab once again. And let's say we have the results of the test, and we already input the signature of the test. If you click on the PDF viewer here in this situation, then based on the selected cycle from here, you'll be able to see the test results report, just like this. The signature that you input will be listed also, but the test cases without the test signatures won't have any test signature on the list. And the ones with not run status, they will not have any pass or fail input status. Please keep that in mind. Okay. So what's coming next is called the test report. Okay, based on the test case or test procedure and test execution results, the test report will be automatically activated, will be automatically created. Okay, let's create a test report document from here. Click on the test package folder and create the test report document from here. For the creation of test report, let me quickly use some different example documents so that I can give you more abundant amount of data. From the list, I'll be choosing the test procedure for STD sample and click next. This is the test report template that is defaultly provided from SILKROAD system. Click OK. Then the data will be input according to their positions where they belong to. Click OK and proceed to the next step. Okay, the test report is basically created by the operation of docs. Please keep that in mind too. So as you can see from the table, there are pass, fail, not run, total are counted, and some other properties are all counted, and so on. Basically, the format of this test result report can be discussed with the developers of our company so that we can help you through the customizing process, and will provide you with certain services to help you input your wanted data. You don't have to use the style that we provide. Okay. Okay, so far you've done a single cycle of a test by using the test case module functions. So basically you have to create test plan, test procedure, test execution, and test report lastly. And then with these data, there is something meaningful that you can do as the perspective of the managers. We provide a function called coverage. There's there are two different type of coverages, and there's a traceability visibility provided from the traceability module. So largely, there are three different ways to check on the coverages, the traceability status of your test results and test case, test plan items. So let's confirm that. Let's check on that one by one. Okay, first let's look into this coverage function on the left top side. Click function button and choose the coverage function. And choose a menu. So basically, the requirement document is the basis of this entire procedure, because the documents, most of the software development processes, when you are working through that procedure, the documents are created based on the requirement documents, as you will already well aware. So that's why the system is taking you through this way. And if you choose the right requirement document, proper requirement documents that has traceability connection with the test items and test results, you'll be seeing a coverage table looking like this. So based on the test requirement items, the registered requirement items. So based on the registered requirement items, there will be traceability linked test items will be listed below them, and the test results will also be provided by the system just like this. And the statistics are gathered and projected as a widget, as a graph on the right side. So from here, you can have a macro view on the status of the requirements and the test case, traceability connectivity, and the test results at the same time. And also, if you go and choose test procedure document from the list and go to the coverage view here on the right top side, then you'll be also able to see the connectivity, the traceability of your test case, test procedure document with the test plan documents and the requirement document at the same time. So as you can see from the tab, the name of the tab from here on the left top side, this is the so-called horizontal coverage provided from the system. But if you go back to the requirement model here, choose the horizontal coverage from the tab, then you'll be able to see the traceability connections on the basis of your requirement document to the uh, very end part of the last traceability connectivity, where the test procedure documents are. And for lastly, if you go to the traceability module here, and if you choose the right requirement and test case document, and also the test plan document, okay, I set up the traceability links between the software design description, capture training sample, test plan, test case procedure, just like this. So from the highest hierarchy chain, from the requirements to the horizontal connectivities to the test documents. So basically, these two, sample 1 and 2, are connected as in the relationship of vertical traceability. And to the right side, the test package 1 and 2, they are connected as a horizontal traceability link. But in accordance to the time order of document creation, the requirement documents will always be on the left side because they are the priorities of creating when they are being created. So the system will always provide this way of procedure diagram from the left to the right side, and the arrow follows the order of the phases from the left side. So the higher the phase is located, the more the phase is located to the left side. So you have to keep that in mind. The documents under the phases that's on the upper side has to be the upper level requirement documents. So the higher the position of the phase, the higher the level of the documents should be, so that you can see this fluid and natural way of the arrow flows from the traceability module. Okay, so just like this, you can see the whole connectivities from the very first step of the requirement to the very end step of the test case. And if you click on this detail viewer here, do you see the small icon? If you click the detail icon here, then you can also see the detailed information of the traceability link. All right, so that was almost the entire way of checking the traceabilities between the requirements and the test items. All right. Oh, and for lastly, quickly click the function button from the test case module on the left top side and click the full summary report. Then you'll be able to see the entire test results that is created from this project here. The whole results will all be in one space here, and you can export it through the Excel or PDF so that you can see the whole picture of the test results and test procedure that's ongoing. Okay, so the test case module explanation will end here, and it will reappear when we get to the configuration management, the next module that I'm about to explain. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.